order, and I would like to recognize and appreciate that we are holding this hearing within the traditional territories of the Shuswap and Hitcheswisit First Nations. My name is Diane Bodner. I am the director of the Cherry Creek electoral area. I'd like to introduce you to the ACRD's planning staff, Mike Erg, General Manager of Development Services, Charity Hallberg Dodds, Planning Technician, and Kathy MacArthur, Planning Assistant. This hearing is being held electronically using Zoom. It is being recorded and is live streaming on our website. Would staff please provide direction and instruction on how to participate in this hearing?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank you for participating in this electronic public hearing. If you are watching the live stream on the website and wish to join the meeting, details on how to connect can be found on the Zoom meeting invite document linked to the public hearing page. We want to start off by highlighting some of the Zoom tools that will help you participate and talk about our process, which will keep the public hearing running smoothly. If participating online, you have the option to turn on or off your video and mute or unmute your audio so other meeting participants can see you and hear you. These controls are in the bottom left of your screen on a computer or top right on a tablet or smartphone. Please keep your audio muted at all times unless you're going to speak. This will reduce the background noise, which can make it hard for everyone to hear the presentations. There will be an opportunity to speak after staff introduce the application and the applicants provide comments on the proposal. When the chair calls upon any member of the public to comment on the bylaw, we ask that you either put your hand up or call out that you would like to speak. Once you've been recognized by the chair or by staff, we ask that you state your name and address, followed by your questions or comments. There is a chat feature accessed from the controls at the bottom of your screen if you would like to ask questions at any time. All questions will be addressed by staff during the public hearing, so feel free to ask any questions you would like addressed as we move along. These questions will be brought forward when the chair asks for public comments. There will also be a final opportunity prior to the end of the public hearing to ask any final questions or make any comments on the rezoning bylaw. Finally, I want to note that this public hearing is being live streamed on the ACRD website and a recording of the meeting will be made publicly available. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. The subject of this hearing is bylaw P1434. This bylaw is applicable to 2404 Timber Lane Road and is necessary to facilitate a subdivision proposal. If you have any questions or comments about any other, I ask that you contact Regional District staff after this hearing has been terminated. Would staff now read out the notice of public hearing?
A public hearing for bylaw P1434, 2404 Timber Lane Road, J&Y Son Enterprises property owner. When November 2nd, 2021, at 7 p.m., where electronic and call-in public attendance only. Please see information below. What it is about: a public hearing for residents and property owners within electoral area F, Cherry Creek, will be held to consider bylaw P1434. The bylaw is the zoning atlas amendment to rezone a portion of Lot B, District Lot 136, Alberni District, Plan 18037, except that part in Plan 35581, from Tourist Commercial C6 District to Campground Commercial C8 District to accommodate an expansion of the RV campground while accommodating the existing hotel and restaurant uses already existing on the property. How can I learn more? The public hearing will be held by the Director for Electoral Area F, the alternate director, or the chairperson of the regional district. The board resolution making this delegation, along with bylaw P1434 and relevant background documents, is available for review online at www.acrd.bc.ca/events/2-11-2021. Planning staff are available to answer questions in person, through email, or by phone during normal office hours, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday from October 20th, 2021 to November 2nd, 2021, excluding weekends and statutory holidays. How can I provide input? During the COVID-19 pandemic, providing an opportunity for public input and safeguarding public health are top priorities for the ACRD. Consider written submissions as an effective means to provide your input. Anyone who feels the interest in property will be affected by the proposed bylaw will be afforded a reasonable opportunity to be heard. Options including participating in the public hearing by electronic means using Zoom video conferencing or teleconferencing, and or submitting correspondence to the ACRD. If you wish to participate in the public hearing electronically or by phone, full instructions to do so are available at our website at www.acrd.bc.ca events/2-11-2021 or can be provided by contacting planning staff by email at planning@acrd.bc.ca or by phone at 250-720-2700. This public hearing will be recorded and live streamed on our website. Written correspondence can be submitted to the ACRD by one of the following methods: hard copy delivered to the ACRD in person in the drop slot, or by mail to the planning department at the address below. Email sent to planning@acrd.bc.ca before 4 p.m. November 2nd, 2021. Email correspondence will only be considered received if receipt confirmation is provided by ACRD staff. By fax, sent to 250-723-1327 before 4 p.m. November 2nd, 2021. Fax correspondence will only be considered received if receipt confirmation is provided by ACRD staff. All correspondence must be received by the ACRD no later than 8 a.m. on October 20th, All correspondence must be received by the ACRD no earlier than 8 a.m. on October 20th, 2021, and no later than 4 p.m. on November 2nd, 2021. Correspondence submitted and or received outside of these parameters will not be included in the public hearing. Who do I contact if I have questions? Planning Department at the Regional District of Alberni Clayquat, 3008 Fifth Avenue, Port Alberni, BC, V9Y2E3, telephone 250-720-2700, and fax 250-723-1327, and email at planning@acrd.bc, and date of the notice is October 20th, 2021. Thank you. Has the applicant joined yet? I just wanted to make sure that the applicant is joined.
Dennis just called again. He wrote down one of the numbers wrong and he's trying again. He had the incorrect password, so it should be shortly.
Okay, so I think we can carry on, Diane.
Okay, thank you, Mike. The purpose of a public hearing is to receive input, written and verbal, from any person who believes that their interest in property is affected by the bylaw. The regional board will receive full minutes of this hearing before voting on the bylaw. Staff is taking minutes that summarize the issues raised. Please speak clearly to ensure accuracy. Would staff please introduce the proposal?
Yes, so this is an application and the property owner is applying to rezone a portion of the Timber Lodge property located at 2404 Timber Lane Road from Tourist Commercial C6 District to Campground Commercial C8 District to accommodate an expansion of the RV campground while accommodating the existing hotel and restaurant uses already existing on the property. Dennis, hi, it's Mike. I see that you've joined us. I'm just introducing the application. And I'm just going to finish summarizing the application, and then Diane will carry on with the public hearing, and you'll have an opportunity to present as well. I just wanted to note for the record that the Tourist Commercial C6 District allows for a hotel motel use, and the Campground C8 Commercial District, I think, is self-explanatory, a comment allowing for specifically for campgrounds. So that's the purpose of the rezoning. And thank you, Director Bodner.
Thank you, Mike. Would the applicant like to add anything?
No, I think as far as, no, I think we've got everything covered in there. No, Mike did a good presentation of what we're trying to do there.
Great. Thanks, Dennis. We will now hear from members of the public. Please wait until you have been recognized by me and state your name and address before beginning. We will hear everyone wishing to speak for the first time before allowing second comments.
I don't think we have any members of the public, do we? All right, so if it'd be appropriate, I'd just like to summarize the agency referral comments and the two letters that have been received prior to the public hearing. Okay. All right, so we received three referral agencies. The first is from the Ministry of Transportation, and they did not have any concerns with the application. We've had a referral from the fire department, and they just noted that they reviewed the bylaw application for rezoning. The fire department's concern is focused on density and access for firefighting. The density should consider egress or occupants and fire spread from one structure to another. If the application is successful, it would be very helpful to have any density issues at the existing site mitigated. So I think we just wanted to make sure that there's adequate separation between RVs on the site. And one of the things that we can do is, if this is approved, is have a walkthrough and review of the fire department. I would also note that this application will be subject, if it's furthered, will be subject to a development permit process for form and character, and access and egress and separations can be addressed in the development permit as well. And the final referral agency comment was from the building inspector, just noting that if rezoning proceeds, they may need some further information on sanitary piping and water distribution for plumbing. We also received two letters from the public. The first is from Ray Dahl, a neighboring property owner from 2450 Timber Lane Road. He has no opposition to the intent of the zoning amendment that is being considered, but it does have concerns about congestion and hazard that exist on the public road adjacent to 2404 Timber Lane Road, and his letter will be included in the public hearing package. As well, we had a letter from our email from Rudy Kurath, stating he does not oppose expansion of, and I'm summarizing, does not oppose the expansion of the timber ledge, but I believe it shouldn't be authorized until there's an existing parking lot because it impedes traffic and it's a major safety issue. So I will note that as this property is adjacent and accessed off a controlled access highway 4, the Ministry of Transportation will need to review and approve this bylaw one more time. And I mentioned it's also subject to a development permit through the ACRD. So these comments and concerns will be passed along to the Ministry of Transportation. They're not relating to the expansion of the campground, rather to parking that takes place along Timber Lane Road along portions of this property. And the Ministry of Transportation can look at this and address any of those when they review it again. So Dennis, I didn't know if you wanted to add anything to those comments.
No, I think you're doing a good job there, Mike. No, I don't think I have anything else with that. We'll have to deal with the highways issues, I guess, when they come up and what it is. But I know, they do have parking out there some of it is on the public right of way. So they'll probably have to address that, all right, in due time here. Okay, that was all.
Great. Thank you, Dennis. Okay, please be advised that members of the Board of Directors cannot review new information related to this bylaw between the end of this hearing and making a decision on the bylaw. Next board meeting is November the 10th. If any board member does so, the hearing would be invalidated and would have to be held again. With that in mind, does anyone have any final comments? I call for the first time for any further representation on the bylaw. I call for the second time for any further representation on the bylaw. I call for the third time for any further representation on the bylaw. Hearing no further comments, I declare this meeting terminated. No more discussion. Thank you.
Okay, Dennis, this will go to the to the board on November 10th, and you're welcome to watch the meeting. It'll be live streamed. It's also open. The boardroom is open. It's a hybrid meeting with some staff and directors being in the boardroom and some participating electronically. If you don't attend, we will follow up. Staff will follow up after the board meeting, probably the following Thursday.
No, it'll be
and let
good.
you know how things go.